Hey, I'm Avi Dell. I'm a singer-songwriter, and this is going to be a long-form conversation with myself, really, about writing and the creation of the song Turn Me Loose. So Turn Me Loose is really was an incredibly easy song to write. It came out of me very naturally over the course of about 2 nights of playing. But I think the content is deep and in many ways difficult for me to talk about. So I'm going to kind of a little bit sensitive to myself and process and not get too deep into it. But really, this song is about mental health and where your brain can go when things aren't going well, and the danger of allowing yourself to fall deeper and deeper into a hole of darkness. I had been married for a time to someone who really was very dark. We got divorced, I split up, I moved back to the States, then got my place in Brooklyn, got COVID, was isolating and writing songs and really reflecting on what those few years of marriage did to my psyche and to my state of mind. The thing I like to say about my ex-marriage was that it taught me that shit gets real behind closed doors. And this song, in many ways, is an exploration of that emotional state. Just the opening line, the insane and incomplete thoughts that sometimes scare me. It's just, when I was in my deepest and darkest places, I got stuck in these kind of memory that had no value, that had no merit in my life. I realized that it was just a conversation I was having with myself, and that my deepest, darkest states of depression were really just circumstantial, and that all I had to do was change the conversation with myself. And I'm not simplifying this, and I know that different depressions and different people, it presents in different ways, and that's all real. But I think what I wanted to do was create a song that gave voice to that understanding that there is a way out. You just have to confront it, know what it is, call it by its name, be aware of the sadness that you're experiencing. That's the only way to get out of it, was to call it by its name, be incredibly specific, and then work my way through it. And these lyrics really kind of tell that story. And if fear could choose, it would turn me loose. What does that mean? Contemplation of ending things early is, I think, something that, not in a malevolent way, but just in a sort of world, just be better. It's a very selfish kind of perspective, but it's just for me. And working through this song was in many ways my way out of that darkness, something way more fulfilling, which is just the return to music, realizing that I need to be a happy, healthy, leveled person. I need to be in the state of creation at all times. I need to be thinking about what's the next thing that I make. There is no end goal to this journey. That's something I've had to come to realize in the last few months. It's there's no end goal. It just is what I do. I make songs, I record them, I share them with the world. And it keeps me level, and it keeps me happy, and it keeps me sane. What the song is about, a little bit of the writing process. I love these kind of, I don't even know if they're jazzy chords, but it's there's something about it that's so meditative and so soothing. In many ways, this song is a conversation with myself. I be the master of my own circumstances, of my own situation, or am I just victim to life that has happened to me? I think the answer is that I can absolutely be an active participant in my life, and I can take control, I can maneuver, and that I can get myself out of. In my deepest, darkest places, I turned to some YouTube videos with Jordan Peterson as he talks about mental health. And his whole thing was, pick the heaviest load that you possibly can carry every day and carry it. For some people, the heaviest load is just to wake up and brush your teeth, make your bed, maybe tidy the kitchen. But I was in a deep, 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 dark place, and it really opened my eyes to an immense amount of grace to give to people when they're in dark spaces. And that's what this song is about. It's about that search. The sun and the moon, they reflect upon everything we do. They are the witnesses. And to sing out into the heavens is sometimes the best medicine. yeah, I think that's all I really want to share about this song. It's a song that I will absolutely play live a lot. Certain pieces of the production that really lend themselves to, I think, the representation of the mental imbalances that occurred. I leave these kind of those hanging notes where it's almost like, and turn me loose. Every time that happens in the song, it's a different amount of time. Quinn and I talked about that a lot. He wasn't sure that that made sense, if that was the right move, and I really wanted there to be a discomfort and for it to not be just something that you could just listen to, but something you had to kind of sort of stopped you, had to pay attention to, about the way I wanted this song to show up for me. And musically it has this cool part that I totally ripped from Dave Matthews, which is I don't know, I think it's on Dancing Nancy's or Under the Table and Dreaming, but there's like a groove like that terms with my own mental health and my own state of being and the way that I think about my mental health really reflected in this song. And I think realizing that your mental health is in many ways your responsibility. It's something that you can control. And I recognize that for many people there's chemical imbalance and medication, and that's for sure, there's a needed space for that. My instance with my depression and my darkness, it very much was circumstantial, and it was something that I could wield as long as I understood what it was, recognized it. I remember I was out at a bar having a drink with a buddy of mine, and I was telling him about how I keep having memories of childhood that are like really dark, and they're like conversation. And he said, that sounds to me like depression. And as soon as he said it, I realized that he was 100% right. That was depression. It was getting stuck in these like loops of negative things that have no bearing on my real life, but weigh me down. It's like having sandbags around your waist in deep water. I realized that I in fact had the power to change the conversation. One, to distract myself. Go do something. Go create something. Music was a salvation in that way. Make music. Get out of your brain. Get out of your own way. Just make music. Not for an audience, not for an industry, just for you, for your own mental health. Make music. And that's why when I say that this record and this project and music in general saved my life, because it gave me purpose. And when I play this song, when I think about this song, Turn Me Loose, I see it very much as a fork in the road. It was the decision. Is your life going to just continue to be a sad, depressing consequence of powers out of your control? Or are you going to take control of your life and make music and make yourself happy and make yourself productive? Fear could have chosen, and I would have chosen the path of destitution and sadness and darkness. If fear could choose, it would turn me loose. And thankfully, I didn't do that. And certainly, as I'm revisiting this song and thinking about the lyrics and thinking about what this song meant to me, I think I just want to play it a little bit. These insane and incomplete thoughts that sometimes scare me are the same air I breathe as the voice behind my eyes begins to dare me. Cool, that's it. I'm releasing a song every month, and with these songs I've partnered with different graphic illustrators to create their own visual representations of the songs. So thankful to have you along for the ride, and more music to come next month. Mwah.